Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're doing the
Hey,
famous. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I was going to introduce you. I was going to introduce you. Hold on. We're doing the famous chat and that. And guess who's back? This beautiful man.
beautiful.
Yo. Are you ready?
And action, mate. Chatting that.
You have
Like,
been missed, Josh. You have been missed.
yeah, I missed it as well. Hey, now I'm here, doing a chat and that to come back to with all the latest news and
Yeah.
that's been happening since we've been gone, which has been about 4 months. So we've got a lot to cover now. I'm joking, but we're going to
Yeah,
cover the last month or so. It's been, because we're at the start or end of this month now, end of November, start of December. So it's perfect
Yeah.
time to review kind of what went on at the end of October to beginning, middle, and end of November.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it's been a bit crazy. And to be fair, it's crazy to think that we're almost at the end of the year 2021. Obviously, it's obviously like COVID's still around, but things are obviously a lot better. And like I said, we've been, like I said, I don't think we've done chat now. When was the last chat now? About, what, 3-4 months ago?
Is either 3 or 4, and it was about 4 months ago.
Yeah, about 4 months ago. So last year we've been so absent, and obviously the videos just started coming back as I did. It started back with the James Bond vlog, and we had a few more follow on from then. So like I said, just kind of catching up. I've been trying to do a cinema visit once a week. Obviously with work it does get a bit hard. I know we've got obviously there's a few films coming up which I want to do. One of them again is House of Gucci. I think that looks.
That's a Gucci, baby.
Yes, I would never be able to afford. But like obviously I did Dune, which I said, I said in the video, and it is my first film I've ever walked out on halfway through.
No, I just wanted to fill you in on this, people, because he hasn't stopped chatting about it the whole time. That's it. When you talk about cinema now, that's it. He walked out on June.
Yeah, but
He's like, I've got to bring it up today. I'm like, tired. I haven't stopped.
But I just felt like in the review, I had no one's talked to, and like I said, I even said it in the review. I said, I wish Josh kind of was there because he
would
would
not
have.
have walked out of it if I was there.
No, because I knew you would have had a go at me. But I think at the same time, I don't know, would I have enjoyed it more, or would I have been annoyed that you made me stay? These were the questions.
I think you were not in the mood for it, to be honest. Because this is the fact that you went to see Cry Macho, right, and you stayed for that. Right,
But you say that you've not watched it.
I haven't watched it, but I've heard that it's bad, and I've heard that it's like really uncomfortable as well. Alright.
Okay.
So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But that's what I mean. So the fact that you stayed for that, but then you walked out in June, which maybe it's not a great film. Maybe it's maybe the story's bad, blah blah blah. But there's still like watchable things in it to keep you entertained for the 2 hours, 2.5 hours that it's there for. You know what I'm saying?
Right, no,
I just think you did it for the clout. You went, I walked out of a film now. I'm Mr. Big Boss now. Proper film reviewer now.
Oh, yeah, I did it for the views, for a shocked reaction?
Oh,
no, I'm like. I'm gonna defend myself a bit here. Okay, I'm gonna give a bit of context. So with Dune, I don't think it was because I was in the mood. I like I like sci-fi films. I've got no issue with lengthy films. Like I said, James Bond was a long film. I bloody love Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. That's long enough. So I don't have an issue with long films. My main issue, and I think the only thing that may factor in was I was a little bit tired from work, but the main thing that factored in is that I couldn't understand what was going on. From the get-go, you kind of had this emotions and passions towards these characters, and it didn't build. I was like, I'm supposed to care for someone, and I don't know what they're talking about. I can't understand where they're going with it. And Right, and then obviously you got I said the cast is phenomenal. I love all the actors that are in it. I don't think there's one actor that I don't enjoy watching. You get about halfway through the film, it's where it kicks off basically, and you've killed nearly half of the main cast in it. You know, you've got Josh Brolin's character dead, Jason Momoa's character's dead, Oscar Isaac dead, and like I said, I don't know the Dean's stories.
Spoilers, by the way, guys.
Yeah, well, go watch the review, you know what I mean? But, you know, so you've got all this, right?
Just to let you know, guys, I haven't watched it either, and it's just spoiled the whole thing for me, so it's fine, don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, but sorry, you're not going to walk out. Yeah, you're not going to walk out. So anyway, you've got all this, right? And yes, the cinematography is great and it looks okay, but it's very grey. There's a lot of stone and kind of look to the whole film. There's not really many details or the textures or anything like that. And the noise, the soundtrack from Hans Zimmer, it was just noise. It was horrible. I couldn't, even if I closed my eyes and I'm thinking I just want to listen to it, I couldn't, because the noise, I didn't like it. It was irritating me. And that alone, I thought, I can't listen to this. It is winding me up. You know, so I walked out. I thought, no, I can't listen to it.
I think you finished work, you were tired, you probably had a customer that knocked you a little bit, and you sat down. Probably didn't even get any snacks, did you? Did you get any snacks?
I had a packet of peanut M&Ms.
So you probably got a bit hungry, and you were like, oh, I'd rather get a Subway here at this point. Let's go get a Subway. I don't know, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just think there's other factors other than the film being bad that you left.
So that's Dean. Do you know what? I could have walked out alone just for the noise and the soundtrack. Okay, I could have walked out alone for that. However, the highlight of the film is the baddie. I can't remember his first name. Skarsgård, absolutely fantastic. More with him and probably less of the noise and horrible kind of grainy grey look of the film. I would have stayed the way through. So that's the highlight. Cry Macho. I'm going to defend this film a little bit. So it's very awkward.
What you're going to do to defend it is you're going to go, it's Clint Eastwood.
No. I'm not going to say it. Right. As I said in the review, it's very awkward, and they could have really have cast someone else to play. It didn't have to be Clint Eastwood. Like I said in the film is sold simply because it's Clint Eastwood in a cowboy hat. That's the reason. That's the selling point. But it could have been anyone else, and it would have probably worked better. The film in itself is supposed to be really good, quite loving and quite touching, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because it's Clint Eastwood. That's me, right? But if you go in and you're not a Clint Eastwood fan, it could still work. But the script isn't great. And like I said, there's a cringy bit where Clint Eastwood is having a dance with the love interest, who is easily 40 years younger, if not more, and they kiss. It's really weird. It's like you're watching a kiss of Grandad, but I would have easily watched that again than Dune.
And moving on. Okay,
yeah.
But okay, no, fair. Probably not going to go watch Cry Macho. Not bothered. But I probably would go and check out Dune, because Liam says, I know we talk about Liam a lot, but Liam says that he really liked it. Not really liked it, but he said it was good. It was okay.
Right. I love Liam, right? He's a mate, but he still prefers Spider-Man 3 to Spider-Man Far From Home. So, you know.
And that's not true, guys. That's a running gag. I feel like I should start explaining.
That's not true.
It's not true. He made a joke and we just ran with it. Do you not know that?
It's true.
It's not true. Obviously, it's not true. But that's the gag, is that he made a joke, and once we went to see Far From Home, saying how bad that film is. Spider-Man 3 is even better. Spider-Man 3 is his best. Obviously, as we know, Spider-Man 3 was really bad. There's a joke explained. I probably just ruined it. It's probably not funny anymore. There you go. Right.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. So, well, talk about Spider-Man then.
Yeah. Good point.
Perfect segue, mate, into Spider-Man trailer that we got for No Way Out, or whatever it is, No Way Home.
No Way Out. Boom! New trailer. Let's go.
No Way Home. Is that what
Yeah, No Way Home. Yeah, No Way Home.
Yeah, what's your first thoughts on Tyler? Go for it.
I'm so excited. I am so excited. I said this again earlier in the year on many Critical 3 videos back. It is the one film that I most anticipated for 2021. I am a bit scared that they've released too much, and I'm a bit scared that there's so many leaks. There's so many people digging and trying to find hidden stuff and trying to uncover stuff. You know, this every day there's something new or someone's found something, which is ruining it a bit for me. I think I'm going to know too much before I go in and see it. But I'm so excited. I love.
You know what though, right? I think this might be one of those films where the leaks help. Now, hear me out, right?
Okay, go.
This film is going to be very. It's going to be a lot, isn't it? It's going to be like sensory overload, mind overload. This happening. It's basically Spider-Man 3. You've got like so many different villains coming in. You've got like 4 already that's been released in the trailer that are coming in, right? And so it's going to be like you've only got 2.5 hours to cram 4 villains in, right? It's going to be so much happening. You're going to get a proper explanation of what the multiverse is by Doctor Strange and everything like that, yeah? So I think, in a way, picking up, not spoiling the film, but just picking up little hints, like, oh, so Green Goblin's going to be in it. Oh, it's maybe going to look like that. It might just help, like, bring the mind down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might just help you, like, process some of the more important stuff of the film, rather than concentrating going, why does Green Goblin look like that, or blah blah blah, you know?
Yeah, possibly. Well, yeah. See, right. There's 2 things I've seen, and I thought a lot about them, and I want to kind of explain them to you, Josh, best I can. And I want you to tell me which one would you prefer. Okay, so the one that everyone's expecting to chuck around at the minute is that you've got all 3 Spider-Mans: Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland. Now, someone come up with a scene, right? This says, imagine he's at the scaffolding before the trailer where he leaps forward. Yeah. So he's there, they all stood there. Tom was like, I can't do this. I'm breaking down all this stuff. And Tobey Maguire turns and says, look, with great power comes with great responsibility. He looks at Andrew Garfield. Obviously, in his films, you don't see his Uncle Ben die. If I remember correctly, I don't think you do anyway.
No.
And he looks, and they all say it, and he nods, because again in Tom Holland's you don't see his Uncle Ben, and then that leads him on to go and fight. Or there's a shot in the trailer where, and there's another thing that a lot of people forget, and there's a shot in the trailer where Electro shoots at the building, and you see Doc Ock fall down. So he's obviously attacked Doc Ock, right? And if you watch the end credits of Venom, Venom turns up in the Spider-Universe. Venom's already there. Venom's there. He arrives at the beginning of the film, of when Jonah Jameson is first revealed Spider-Man. So what about if Venom, Doc Ock, and Spider-Man team up and take him on, and the other 2 Spider-Mans are not even in it? Which would you be happy with that concept, or do you still stand the 3 Spider-Man?
I want the 3 Spider-Man.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting thing.
It's an interesting thing, but if I went, and that was it, yeah. Do you know how annoyed I'm gonna be? Right? And they go, oh, another Spider-Man, and then some kid just rolls around the corner in a Spider-Man outfit, you know what I mean? Because I can see that happening. I was really annoyed, right? This has tilted me now, right? Because it reminds me of something that happened the other day. I watched Space Jam 2, right?
Oh, I've still not watched it.
So watched Space Jam 2 the other day. Yeah. Right? Just going on a slight tangent, but it is kind of related to what you just said, right? Okay. Or what I just said in a sense where everything feels up, blah blah, right? So there's a bit in that, right, where they're in the dressing room at half time of the game, right? And everyone's giving the talk and whatever. And then Daffy Duck comes up and goes, I found Michael Jordan. please welcome Michael Jordan, and Michael B. Jordan rolls out.
Oh, right, okay.
Right, and I was, mate, because it was like a big built-up thing. It wasn't just that, right? It was like, Michael Jordan's here. We love Michael Jordan. He's an old friend of ours, blah, blah, blah. And then Michael B. Jordan rolls out and he's like, oh, wrong Michael Jordan. I'm just like, I got so angry because I wanted a Michael Jordan like little cameo in there, you know, just to come round and just go, yeah, you can do it, blah, blah, blah. So, going back to Spider-Man, yeah. You know, if they, because you know then, if that's not going to happen and they're going to do this, you know, the story arc, the other story arc, right, that you said, they're going to like do like a falsified like appearance of a Spider-Man or something, just to, you know, tease you. Yeah. It's just going to be horrible. It's just going to be the worst cinema experience ever. And I think I will literally walk out of there. So I will, mate. I walk out of there so disappointed if it's not. It doesn't have to be both of them, just one of them.
Yeah.
Just one of them.
Well, I think it's 100. I think it's more or less 100% certain Andrew Garfield's in it, because there's a shot where he's on the scaffolding and it's never ever. It's brand new. It's a brand new picture. So he's obviously in it. Apparently something come out the other day, because again the quietest one and the one that's denied it from the get-go was Tobey Maguire, and he's refused to talk about it. And someone asked him the other day, and straight out of character, he just looked at the camera and winked. It says, "Are you in Spider-Man?" Just apparently looked at the camera and winked. Right. And I'm thinking, well, please tell me that's your answer. You know, he's at this point, is he just gone, you know, forget it. You know, Tom Hardy, he winked. He had an interview. It was him and the director, the one who plays Gollum. I can't think of his name. Andy Serkis, because he directed Venom, and he was on that Spider-Man. He was like, no, don't be daft. You know, it'd be stupid. This before the film come out and the end credits leaked. And then during that interview, Tom Hardy just looks and raises his eyebrows. And there's a famous meme where you've got Leonardo DiCaprio watching that interview, and they do the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where he whistles and he's pointing, which I thought was quite funny. But
there was a picture as well, surface, wasn't there, of Tom Hardy wearing a Spider-Man No Way Home cap, like production cap, wasn't there?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
That was a while ago. That was.
Yeah, and again, you've got obviously Morpheus. His trailer's just come out. You see again Spider-Man in the background that says murderer, but again the confusing thing on that is that it's Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, but the murderer comes from Tom Holland as universe, because he's murdered Mysterio. So again, that's interesting. Why is that there? And then, but you also get he meets Falcon, Michael Keaton's character from the Tom Holland universe. So everyone's questioning Morpheus, what universe is that film set in? Because there's so many different things, and also there's a building that I think it's Oscorp, and that Oscorp building is from Andrew Garfield's universe. Right. So it's so mixed up. But like I said, it's these little things in these trailers. So again, I'm looking forward to it. I think you know, it's going to be, you know, it's going to be the biggest. It'll be the film that changes Marvel, that sets Marvel for the next phases. Oh. And a lot of people believe that this will now. This is why you're getting Fantastic Four and why you're getting X-Men, because they still reckon that they can bring them from the other universes. Hence why WandaVision, you got the Quicksilver, because WandaVision is set during Multiverse Madness at the same time. Right. It's set during Doctor Strange, so after the events, it's kind of Spider-Man.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I booked the time off work, and it's my birthday. It comes out on my birthday.
Wait.
So I literally be watching Spider-Man on my birthday. That's it. And the midnight launch that we're going to. So yeah, we are. Yeah, cool.
Good choice.
So exciting. So far, I've not been disappointed by a Spider-Man film.
No.
Well, my first viewing.
No, I watched...
Even as a kid, when I watched Spider-Man 3, I loved it. So that's, as a kid, it was great fun. But as I've grown older, I've gone, it's pretty bad. But
do you know, I want to go back and watch the Andrew Garfield ones. And I'm going to say this, that especially on TikTok, there seemed to have been a massive shift and a following starting to grow for the appreciation of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Oh, I thought it was so good. People just didn't like the idea that he was almost like a badass at school, wasn't he? He was like cool. Where people were like, oh, that's not the point, it's like a nerd. But it's just a different take. Just take it as a different take of Spider-Man and just allow it.
Allow it, man.
Yeah. It's too cool to be Spider-Man. Shut up, man. That's great. But yeah, so Spider-Man, there you go. You'll have plenty of Spider-Man to come next month, I'm sure. We'll be doing a cinema vlog of it for the midnight screening. We'll be doing a review of it, all that good stuff. So look forward to that.
So good, so excited.
So excited. Next one. So we'll go on the theme of things that are literally coming this month. So December, films coming out. So obviously we spoke about Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Next film, Matrix, is coming out this month, isn't it?
Oh, is it? I thought it was like January.
It's like for Boxing Day. It's like the 22nd or something like that. I can't quite remember. It's like the 20th summer of December.
See, again, I love Keanu Reeves mainly for the John Wick films. I've got to love them films. Now, I'm scared because I don't know. Do I need to watch the all three Matrix films to get this? Because I've only watched the first one. I tried watching the second one. I got very confused, and I've never watched the third.
I've seen them all, but I was younger.
Yeah,
it was literally one of the like the first 15 trilogies that I watched as well.
Yeah.
So, like,
in the age of 18. In the age of 18.
Oh, okay. So it was a long time ago, so I will have to rewatch it, and it is available. It is on Now TV, Sky Cinema, so they are available on there to watch ahead of time. But
so yeah, it's a lot of hours.
It is a lot of hours, but it is important to. If you want to fully understand this film, you're gonna have to at least watch the last one, because apparently it's something to do. It's gonna be something to do with the last one that's like the main thing. So the first one and the last one. I don't feel like the second one really. I think the second one's just an adventure. I don't think it really builds on the story and affects this film in any way. But definitely the first and last one will. So. Yeah. If you're going to kind of prioritise, I'd say prioritise the first one, of course, and then prioritise the last one. Just from someone that's watched The Matrix years ago. Yeah. Just do that. I'm I was going to say I'm excited for it, but I'd be lying to myself if I said I wasn't excited for it. I just don't really care.
Well, this is like took a massive U-turn from the whole 5 minutes we just spoke about it. I thought you was excited. I was like, I'd come in. Yeah, Keanu Reeves looks really good, and you had not really bothered really in the end.
I'm not, because it's like it doesn't. When I watch the trailer, it doesn't come across as Matrix. It comes across as like a drama, and I'm just like, I'm not interested.
Yeah,
it's so strange compared to the other trailers of the other films and the other films, and the way they're kind of like darkly filmed and things like that. This just looks like a complete contrast.
It's like, let's film John Wick in the Matrix universe.
Pretty much,
but with more talky and less action.
Yeah, more talky, less action, and not as good.
yeah, to be fair, yeah.
But let's see. It might be one of those where the trailer looks bad, but the actual film is going to be great, and I hope it is, for the sake of my eyes.
Do you know the one thing? Just before we do move on, the one thing that did annoy me in the trailer is the scene where Keanu Reeves goes up to Destiny. Is that a name? God, please tell me I remember that. I remember that. It's amazing. I've not watched films since I was 10. So that's 16 years ago. Trinity! Damn, I'm so close. Who's Destiny? So yeah, Trinity.
Destiny's Child.
Yeah, no, I was so proud of myself. I thought, oh my god, I've got it. Alright, tit. But yeah, so Trinity. So he's like, oh, no, it's you. And he turns round and it's like, do I know you? I'm thinking, oh, come on. It was like the biggest love story of like early 2000s. I mean, everyone loved it when them two were together or kicking ass. And it's like, oh, do I know you?
Well, I don't know. I feel like Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock was a bigger love story. And Speed, mate.
I've never watched that film. I just know Speed from Hot Fuzz. Have you ever pointed a gun at me and you gone, ah?
That isn't Speed, that's Point Break, but okay.
Oh, is it? Oh, for God's sake.
Right, next. Moving on. Matrix looks cool. We'll go and see it, obviously. It's not about the same, yeah, feel the same. Right. Films coming up. That's it, really, that we're excited for, I feel.
I've got quite a few.
Yeah, you do. Yes. Yeah. Okay, go on.
Well, even I think it's out now. Obviously, Ghostbusters, and I really want to watch that.
Yeah.
And obviously, last I mentioned at the beginning, House of Gucci Gang. Now, let's say I'm interested because obviously Ridley Scott had come out and moaned about the millennials. He moaned about you, Josh. He says you are the reason that his last film, with starring Matt Damon, The Last Duel, failed at the box office. He says that millennials would rather watch a film about a phone. Something to that extent, anyway. So he's gone on a right marder, which is, I'm thinking, well, what a time to do it when you've got another film coming out a month later, House of Gucci. And to be fair, the reviews coming in, they're saying it's not that great, which I'm really surprised.
It's one of those where it seems like it's been padded out and been crushed by like a really good cast. They've gone, it's not that great, let's get as much cast as we possibly can, spend all the budget on that. That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, but that's
you've got Adam Driver in there, you've got other people.
Yeah, you've got Al Pacino, Adam Driver, Lady Gaga, Jared Leto. Yeah, and do you know what? One of the biggest complaints, believe it or not, is Jared Leto, his character, which annoys me because his makeup is phenomenal in it.
Yeah.
And it really irritates me because I really want to try. After watching Dallas Club, I really want to try to like Jared Leto and enjoy his films more and his acting. But I can't. And if I go into House of Gucci and it's another Suicide Squad, I'm thinking, what's this? Because he's now moaning at Warner Brothers. He wants the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad, which I don't know why. We've had another Suicide Squad, which was James Gunn, which was better, still not great. I think it was hyped too much for me. It was like, well, this is amazing, this is loads better, and I thought, well, it's going to be great, and I went in and I thought it was okay. It still wasn't. I think I was going to think what they were thinking.
The way I saw it with the Suicide Squad scenario was, I went, right, imagine that I was in the same idea in headspace that I was when I went into the original Suicide Squad film, where I didn't know a whole lot about anything to do with Suicide Squad other than like the Joker and Harley Quinn. That was all I knew. So I was like, imagine that was the frame of mind I was in, and I went in, watched it, and I was like, yeah, it's good. If that had come out at the same time as the other Suicide Squad film, I would have been like more than happy.
Yeah, I think it was my fault for reading reviews and everyone saying this is amazing, and I thought I'm going to think exactly what they are, and I just didn't. So let's say it'll be interesting because obviously he wants a new cut of Suicide Squad, which I don't want to see. Do you know what I mean? I can't see myself seeing another 20 minutes of his version of Joker make him think, do you know what? He's actually pretty good. He just ain't going to change my mind at this point. Yes, I defended him when it came out. Yes, I own it on Steelbook Blu-ray, but I've come to the conclusion that it's crap. And I know that you're still going to rinse me for that because
hey, you've come to your senses. It's fine, mate. Don't worry about it. There's something else coming out. Oh, something else that's out that I just wanted to give a shout out to. I haven't watched it yet, and I will be watching it because it does look really good. And the reason why it looks really good is The Kid. So there's a new Home Alone film out. Do you know about it?
No, you're not actually referring to Home Alone, are you?
The Home Alone.
Is that the film that you want to watch?
Yeah, on Disney Plus.
Okay, right. I want to hear this.
Right, the Home Alone film, new Home Alone film. Right.
Yeah.
It's the kid out of Jojo Rabbit that was Jokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he reminded me of a little mini Nick Frost. Right.
Yeah.
That's why I love the kid. Right. I think he's amazing, and he's the kid in the Home Alone film. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Home Alone something, isn't it? Home Alone. Blah, 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 blah.
It's like the Last Christmas or Home Alone and something like that.
Yeah, Home Alone, Not Alone, or something. I don't know. Something like that. But
Home Alone, Phone Home.
but yeah, I'm excited to watch that, and I'm waiting to like more Christmassy feels. But I am actually excited to watch it.
So.
Go on.
So again, there's one bit in that film. Not spoil it. It's a joke.
Have you watched it?
I haven't, no.
Right.
But there's it's even on a screenshot. It's one of the pictures where he's dressed as Tony Montana from Scarface.
Right.
He's there, right, and all you can see is this big pile of Skittles in front of him. And I actually thought that out of the trailer that was like the funniest shot, because we know what it's referring to, and it's the sugar and everything else, and I thought it was really funny. Yeah. But again, the reviews. I'm just going to say this, I'm kind of cutting off. It's weird because I felt like in this video, Josh, I'm hitting with a lot of facts. Like, I've done a bit of research.
Oh, listen to
me. I'm not blaming it at all, but normally I never come out with any of this. But again, from the reviews, they've said that this has killed the Home Alone franchise. So, I don't know.
I don't care what they've got to say about the Home Alone franchise. That was killed after number 2, mate. So I don't care what they've got to say about a Home Alone, right? This to me is a Home Alone reboot, right? And if it's okay, I'll be happy. I just want to watch a new Home Alone film at Christmas that's actually got a funny kid in it, because the other kid, right, that did 3 and 4, right? Nobody knows who he is. I don't care. It wasn't another kid, wasn't it, in 3 and 4?
And it was 2 different kids. 3 were different, 4 were different.
Don't even care. Right, I've never watched.
And they did one with a girl. Did a Home Alone one with a girl.
Right. Well, this, like I say, the main reason why I'm going to watch this and it caught my eye was because of the kid, and I really enjoyed him in Jojo Rabbit, and his little mini Nick Frost and his jokes. Right. So that is my tip. Right. If you're going to go and watch it, right, based on my recommendation. I didn't recommend the film, remember? I recommend the acting from the kid. Right? But yeah, so that's that I just wanted to mention. But I will be watching that, more towards Christmas.
There's only one more film that I'm looking forward to, and it's the third one out of a trilogy, so to speak. I watched the first one, didn't watch the second one, and that is Kingsman with Will Fiennes.
Oh yeah. What's this one called now?
It's just called Kingsman.
Right.
Because it's like the first Kingsman. And it's, again, Will Fiennes. Fantastic in Bond. Obviously, he played Voldemort. But one of my favourite films that he's in. And I think he kind of brings his comedic talent into this. Again, from the trailer, I can't say too much because I've not watched the film. And that is from Grand Budapest Hotel. Which, speaking of Spider-Man, it's got the bully. He plays the main bellboy.
Alright.
So obviously it looks like it could be really good. I don't know if you've watched the Kingsman films, Josh, or if you've been interested in seeing this one.
I've seen the first one. I haven't seen this. I've seen parts of the second one, but I wasn't that bothered.
Yeah,
but
I
was the first one.
Yeah, I was a bit the same. Seen the first one, I quite enjoyed it. It had that kick-ass kind of feel to it. One more than the second, but with this one, it looks like it could be really good. Again, it's a whole new cast, so yeah, it could be quite good. But I think
all I remember about the first one is Colin Firth kicking ass with an umbrella.
Yeah,
that's literally all I remember. That's number 1 to me.
Yeah, but for number 2, I said it's quite funny because Elton John's in it. I guess he plays a baddie, and obviously the main kid in it, goes on to play Elton John about 2 years later in Rocket Man.
Yeah,
which I thought was quite funny. So yeah, I think that's really all the films for this year. But I think
and then we'll put it up at the end of the month, hopefully for January, that we'll have plenty of films to come out. But yeah, there you go. But yeah, highlight. Like I think you're going to say Spider-Man. It's definitely a highlight.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's what's anticipated for us this month.
100%.
Right. So now on to a bit of news, facts. So, John Krasinski has been cast as Superman, mate. In the DC superhero dogs film.
Yay!
Right, I'll show you right now, and you might be able to pick it up as well, actually, on the camera. This is the picture, right? This is what I saw.
Okay, nice. Oh, yeah.
So I got clickbaited to hell, and I was like, "What?" And I was like, "How is this?" And I was like, "He's played Shazam." And then everyone in the comments was going, "This will be really good." And I'm like, "He's played Shazam. What we're doing?"
He hasn't played Shazam.
Shazam.
No, he doesn't play Shazam.
He does.
He does not play Shazam.
Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong guy. Okay, he does play Shazam.
No, he doesn't. He does not play Shazam.
Okay, I'm thinking of a different guy. They look the same.
That's guy I see out of the office. Everyone wants him to play Mr. Fantastic.
Okay,
Fantastic Four. Because he's quite small, slim. So I'd much rather him play obviously Miss Fantastic. Again.
But, yeah, there's a new DC superhero dogs. Can you remember I think it was CBC? Can you remember Crypto the Superdog?
Yeah.
You definitely remember that show. Look at your face light up. What a show.
Yeah.
That was so good. It was good, that. So it's basically going to be the same thing, but a film.
No,
I think Dwayne Johnson's in it as well. Plays a voice in it.
Too many.
Well, you yawned, mate, and then it just froze on you yawning. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I just saw it froze on here as well. And I said this dog film, is animated.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think I've done. But speaking of news, and kind of following on really with Keanu Reeves, he's turned around and said it would be an honour, quote, to join the MCU.
No, thank you.
No?
No.
You don't want Keanu Reeves in the MCU?
No.
All right then, how do you feel about Harry Styles being in the MCU?
No.
Playing Thanos' brother?
I don't care. He's a singer.
Well, he's in it, isn't he?
Go back to One Direction.
I don't get it. It's like Thanos was amazing. He was one of the biggest things of the whole MCU. And then out of nowhere, this is Harry Styles. Well, it's not, but it is. And he plays Thanos' brother. And he's one of the most powerful beings in the MCU.
He was the most annoying thing in Dunkirk. He bugged me so much. Because I just went, that's Harry Styles. I just wanted to kick his face in. No offence, Harry Styles. If you're watching, mate, no offence, but...
Have you seen Eternals?
Eternals?
Yeah.
No.
Because obviously he's in the end credits anyway, he comes out.
How is he?
Yeah. I say he is actually in it. I'm not just making that up. Oh. But, yeah. And that's what I mean.
Start singing, what's the famous One Direction song?
What, they've got a famous one, are they?
Yeah. Right, One Direction is huge, mate. You can't even say that.
What, are you a fan?
Yeah, I love One Direction, I do. Poster right
there. I'm going to use that now.
No, you can't say. It's like saying, Justin Bieber's never got a famous song. Literally One Direction are on like the level of Justin Bieber. That is facts. That is facts. I don't know why you're laughing, because everyone at home's right. You're the only one laughing. Everyone at home's going, yeah, Josh's right, yeah. So I don't know why you're laughing.
It makes me laugh how you know so. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I agree with you. You'd have to be more on not today. These facts that we sadly know. But it just makes
Wait, what were we actually talking about then?
News and updates.
The Superman. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Superman. John Krasinski plays voice of Superman. Cool. Right.
And also plays Shazam.
I swear to God. Right. Anyway, Harry Potter is getting a reunion on HBO Max, Which begs me the question, Tyler Smith. All right, where's it going to be available for us?
Well, that is the question. However, now TV seems to be really good at getting stuff from
Sky. Sky's got a contract with HBO because that's how Game of Thrones was.
Yeah,
Sky,
so they, I think they're the kind. If you want something, they're the ones to keep an eye out for.
Was it HBO Max that did the Friends reunion, and that was on Sky?
They also did the release of Justice League Snyder Cut,
right?
Which was
that was Sky as well.
That was Sky as well, yes.
So it's going to be Sky that's going to be on. So that's exciting.
Yeah, still promoting it.
No,
I'm joking. Yeah.
So and you're going to have all of the original cast there. They had they had like a full list on the trailer of who is taking part in it, and you've got the usual suspects on there and everything. So Tom Felton is there, and obviously Daniel Radcliffe, and all that sort of stuff. So it'll be good, I'd imagine. I don't really know what they're going to do other than sit there and talk about
20 years. Was it 20 years? Yeah, 20 years. That's disgusting, isn't it?
That's ransom, mate. Don't talk about it. Yeah.
The one thing...
Birth of our generation, mate. That actually is, isn't it? That is our generation.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's it. The one thing I want to ask, and I'm not even sure if it's real, but I thought it was, and I'm going to repeat more if I'm wrong, and that's, aren't they doing the film of The Cursed Child? Because you've got the West End, the West End play, which I still want to see. Speaking of that, I'm off to London tomorrow, which I can't wait. And like I said, I've always wanted to see it, but yeah, apparently, they're doing a film of that, and I'm sure it linked to Harry Potter, even though it was like 100 years before.
I thought Cursed Child was his kid.
I thought I had that, but then
it's not.
Is it? Yeah, I thought it was like 100 years, but then it was his kid, or I might be even mixing it up with Fantastic Beasts. I don't know.
Fantastic Beasts is prequel.
Yeah, because obviously someone turned around in the picture and how did Dumbledore go from this to like really old in that such a short period of time. Yeah. So I could be mixing it up there, but yeah, again, do the Cursed Child film. Everyone raves about it.
It'll come, mate. Of course it will. There's money in it. There's money to be had. They'll have it, but they'll run it at the West End as much as they will bleed it dry at the West End and Broadway until it gets a film, because as soon as it gets a film, it'll lose the appeal in the West End to a certain audience. Yeah. So it's only got the appeal for a certain audience to go and see it at the West End because it's not available anywhere else. That's the way I see it anyway.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Warner Brothers, cash in, baby. I don't know what I said. Right. Next. Just going to brush over this. My mum and grandma will be absolutely ecstatically over the moon. Downton Abbey, a new era is coming out. New Downton Abbey film.
Did a new Downton Abbey film? I thought it was the Downton Abbey film.
There's the Downton Abbey film.
When did that come out?
That was out like 3 or 4 years ago, or 2 years ago. Right?
I remember
that ended. The Downton Abbey film ended Downton Abbey.
Oh.
Or they had one more season where the Queen come. No, the Queen come to Downton Abbey, and that ended Downton Abbey. All right. And so this new one is like a reboot of Downton Abbey. It's a new era. So it's like Downton Abbey at the Abbey or whatever, but it's like a new family, I want to say. Or the same family, but the next generation.
Again, it's just people run out of ideas, just trying to rehash it. And they, look, we're still going. And again, I'm really sorry to Josh's mum and grandma, because I'm sure that you really enjoy it. But it's
period dramas, isn't it? And we've never had an interest in period stuff. Really, I've never had an interest in period stuff.
What do you mean?
Period drama.
Yeah, I know what period drama is, but when you say we've never had anything interesting, what do you mean?
I says I've never been interested in period drama stuff.
Oh right, okay.
I've never been like, let's go and let's go watch a period drama. Like The Favourite, you hated that, and that was a period drama.
I didn't say I hated it. I thought
did so.
I did. All right then. Gonna prove you wrong. Maybe Queen of Scots. Love that film.
But that's
you're in it.
That is, yeah, okay. And I'm in it, yeah.
That's
Right,
okay, John.
moving
Great
on
film.
now. Anyway, Downton Abbey, go and watch it if you want to go and watch it, but we won't be. Well, I won't be. Sorry, I don't mean to
Yeah.
speak for you, Tyler, but
Well, mate, that's the first time I say, your mum and grandma are not going to be able to watch a Critical 3 review on it. I think you should do a review for it, but just you.
I remember, right, and I made such a big mistake. And Downton Abbey was coming on the cinema around Christmas, right? And I said to him, do you know what we'll do? We'll go to the cinema and we'll watch the Downton Abbey film.
Yeah.
And I regret that decision. I was like, oh god, we didn't go. I ended up buying it on DVD form instead, or Blu-ray form instead. But I'm so glad I got out of that, because I did sit down and I thought, you know what, I will watch this. I'll watch it with him, right? And I put it on and I walked out within 10 minutes. Right, next, big news. I think a new Predator movie.
Right, yes.
I say big news because I've not heard anything about it, and it's something that I usually would. But the source is Empire, so it's a trusted source, and it's going to be called Prey.
Prey. I like it.
Yeah.
Rather than just keep... I'm sure the last 3 films have just been called Predator because they couldn't think of a brand new title.
Predators.
Predativores.
The Predator.
Yeah. By Predator. A Predator. But yeah, Prey. Yeah, I like it. It's exactly kind of what he does in the first film with Arnold. And... so I know nothing of it. Like I said, when you told me, Josh, it sounds exciting.
There's no news. There's a director out.
Yeah.
But I couldn't say I rang any bells. So I didn't write that down. I don't know why I didn't. But anyway, yeah, that's all I know is that director's been announced for it. It's called Prey. It's coming out next year.
I think with something like that, you want to keep it simple and do, it's in the blue title, Prey. Something, you've got this mysterious creature, no one knows what it is, it's preying on its victims, and you kind of don't know who's going to die next, or, but it's there and they're going to struggle against it. It's a bit like the first one, but obviously you've got the Predator that just happens to be your main kind of thing, and I think to keep it like that, and I think you'd make a really good film.
Would it be fair to say that Predator works well as a sci-fi slasher? Why look at that wasn't like an out there statement, Tyler. You really thought about that now.
Yeah, because
so the same way as Halloween
Alien
works and Jason works, in the sense where you've got this killer, so the Predator, which is going around killing people.
So
that is what a slasher is.
Yeah, right then. Yeah, but you said sci-fi. So if you go in along the lines of
the fact that it's sci-fi, it's from outer space. That's the sci-fi part of it.
Oh, so it works better. Yes, slasher, but it works better if you do it as a horror rather than an action film. Do it as a horror. So, like you said, Halloween. But obviously, in Alien, sci-fi horror.
Yeah.
It's just one thing, picking off people one by one. And that's when it works the best, or when you start having an army of them, or, all the different variants. And, you've got to be really clever with it and make sure you don't overcomplicate what it is. If you're going to add a new kind of Predator, then, you need to kind of, add a reason for it and make sure it's not just there for, shock purposes or just to make something look cool, do you know what I mean? Or for a really good shot. Because sometimes you see these things where it's a brand new Predator and you get an amazing shot in the trailer and they don't do anything for the rest of the film. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it all depends on kind of where you go. To be fair,
by the title of Prey, it sounds like it's going to be a horror.
What I'm going to say, you could really think about it. Change. If you took the Alien film and just changed the title to Prey, it would work. It would work exactly the same. I would say you need something like that.
Let's go there first. So sorry about that. You missed out. Next, which is a film that's been pushed back a year. I know you're not massive into Transformers, are you, mate? But new Transformers film, Rise of the Beast, has been pushed back a year, so it's to 2023 now.
Is it still Michael Bay?
The last one was, yeah. What was it called? Last Night.
Something
about a night, and it was some Transformer with a sword. I lost it after number 3. I watched number 3 and I was like, okay, I'm done now.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Although, just a quick question, since we're on Transformers, when they recast Megan Fox, did you like the new girl, or was that a bit of a...
I didn't mind it.
No, I didn't. A lot of people moaned about it, but yeah, I thought she was really good in it.
Yeah, I didn't mind it at all. He fell out of love with Megan Fox and wanted this girl instead. It's okay. It's okay. Next, then, which actually is probably one of the more exciting news that we've got, actually. Oppenheimer.
I don't know anything about this.
No, but it's quite exciting. When I say it's exciting, because we both like Christopher Nolan, don't we? So
yeah.
It's got, so from what I understand, Oppenheimer is something to do with nuclear weapons or weaponry of some description. And I have heard of the name Oppenheimer before.
Yeah.
I think it's a measurement, like a measurement of something. I don't know, whatever. I'm not going to sound like I'm being clever or something. Like Newton. What? Doesn't matter. Right.
This exploded by 5 Oppenheimers.
I think it. I'm not kidding you. I think it is. I'm sure it's like. Isn't it like a Geiger counter? I don't know. Whatever. Right. Cillian.
If you know, leave a comment. Let us know.
I swear there's like a measurement or something where it's Oppenheim. Anyway. Cillian Murphy plays Oppenheimer in the film.
Yeah.
And there's also been castings or reaches out to Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon, and Emily Blunt has been cast.
Okay. Interesting cast.
So that's the news of that, and that's all I know. So keep your eyes peeled for more Oppenheimer. And we'll bring the latest and greatest to you in news as well.
Because we know we're always factually correct.
Always factually correct. And John Krasinski did not play Shazam. So,
yeah.
But yeah, talking about Cillian Murphy, I just wanted to say, mate, I watched Peaky Blinders for the first time.
Oh, yeah, go on.
I finished the first season, binged it yesterday.
How good's first season? Well, you've not watched the first. Yeah, it's really good. First season is still my best.
Yeah, I can't pick up the rest, man. It's like got me on a proper I want to be one of these people now that go to a Peaky Blinders night and I'm joking.
Go to the theme pub.
Oh, shut up!
Oh.
Don't do that.
Oh, I got a bit aggressive there.
No, because I know for a fact. I was joking when I said that. Right, I know for a fact you would.
I'm not the biggest. Well, I've watched all the seasons, so I can't really say that. I just
find it like really. If you're not from Brum, it's like really cringy to like be like, oh, I want to dress up as a Peaky Blinder, and it does matter. It grinds my gears, mate. The idea of that. I'm
gonna buy you a hat so you can.
Oh, mate, I'd hate. To be fair, it's cool. It is cool, and it's a cool thing to go fancy dress as. But you wouldn't turn up to a pub in Brum and go to Birmingham and wear like Peaky Blinders stuff. Imagine that, you get your head kicked in, mate. Especially if you went on a day where the football was about, you would get your absolute ass handed to you.
Speaking of Peaky Blinders, just before we go on to the next one, Rowan Atkinson, also very famously known for playing Mr. Bean, is in the final season.
More famous than Johnny English. I'm just joking, by the way. I'm joking, Mike. Look at that. This is why I said it straight away, because I knew you. That's that. I'm not even kidding you. That is the reason why I started watching Peaky Blinders.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it actually is. I was like, oh, Rowan Atkinson's going to be the new one. I need to watch Peaky Blinders then. That was legit the reason. Next news. Lightyear, the film.
Hey.
Obviously, massive fans of Toy Story. Grew up with Toy Story, I did. And you probably did, Tyler.
I did. Speaking Toy Story, I was at a place called Hickory, very famous. It's like American Texan barbecue, brisket, beautiful. They have a cinema room in the restaurant, and I was sat there watching Toy Story in the restaurant.
Where was that?
It's near where I live, Hickory, Nottingham. It's near as you go onto the M1. Mate, it's amazing. But yeah, is it Lightyear or Buzz Lightyear? What's it called?
Lightyear.
Lightyear. Yeah.
How do you feel that there's no Tom Allen? Or Tim Allen, should I say? Not Tom, is it? Tim.
Do you know? Yeah. That don't bother me. I'm not really bothered by that because. Alright then, it would have only bothered me if the animation was the same as Toy Story.
Okay.
But because it's completely different, it's a reimagining, it's a whatever bloody you want it to be. So it can be whoever it wants. So I'm happy with it.
Like this appears to be that it's like, oh, so you've had Toy Story and you've had the action figures of the show. Now let's show you the show.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? That's what I feel like this is going to be. It's going to be like you watching the Lightyear show that the action figures then based off of. Yeah,
well, that's what I mean. To be fair, you totally forget that he's a toy himself, don't you? So, no, I like that. I like that idea, Josh. Yeah, it's quite good. That's it. I'm excited. It's Disney Plus.
To be fair, I think one reason why, and it's a good casting actually. So Tim Allen doesn't play the voice of Buzz Lightyear in this, which obviously he has done for years. And, years. I say years like somebody else played him since he is Buzz Lightyear.
Over 20?
Oh yeah, he is Buzz Lightyear. That's as simple as that. Right, as much as Woody is Tom Hanks. Right. Chris Evans is voicing Buzz Lightyear. Now that is pretty cool because when you actually think about it, they've actually got similar voices.
I don't know that one.
Other than being American, but I mean, they've got in a way that Chris Evans' voice, especially because he's associated with Captain America, his voice is like very empowering and like very like to infinity and beyond.
Can't you? Yeah, that's if Chris Evans does spite the MCU. He's a good actor anyway. He's like I said, I think he's a good casting choice. Obviously, a lot of people moan about the animation, and I think there's one bit where you kind of see him get the suit at the end, which I think, it being the Disney Plus series, he probably won't get the suit until the last episode. Yeah. But it's fine. I'm looking forward to it. I think Disney Plus bashing out some pretty good content, which, to be fair, going back when we did the whole streaming Disney Plus kind of video on Critical 3 or whatever a year ago, it was one of the things where, I says, well, I'm not too sure about it, and you proved you basically was right in saying that they will just bash out all this new stuff and it will just be kind of, could either be really good and top quality, or, you have your hits and misses.
Well, 28 billion is the spend through Disney Plus this year, mate. Disney content, sorry. So Disney content, the spend is £28 billion. The net spend for next year is meant to be 35 billion on Disney content.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Raking it in. Yeah. And to be fair, if Lightyear's good, obviously they've just done, I think they released the Home Alone, that's come on Disney Plus, and you've got these others like Hawkeye, Christmas. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not going to get into it because this video's been going on far too long. If it's good or we do it, we'll do it in another video. But again, if Hawkeye is really good, then why not? I will happily stay subscribed and I'll keep watching it and keep using it. Yeah. I know Liam's all anti-Disney, and I still think, but it's like I said, it's becoming stronger, and I'm happy to see that. I've got no issue.
I think they've just got an ultimate superpower in the fact that they've got all of the Marvel films on there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go and buy the Marvel series to watch on the box set, you're looking at like over
60, 70 quid. Well, yeah, depending on what you get it.
Is it like 30 quid a phase, isn't it? And there's like 3 phases in there already. So you're looking at about £90, something like that. So, it's crazy money. You're saving yourself crazy money by subscribing to it, which is kind of a madness, I think. But and alongside that, obviously you've got Disney films on there and Star Wars and.
But then you got to think they've got the other side where you've got the people that collect these phasers and will still subscribe to them anyway.
Oh yeah, well.
So you just
like you. What?
Mate, I hold my hands up. I think last thing to wrap it up, if you do have one, Josh, because we kind of missed out on this in October because obviously we was away, we wasn't bringing out the content. They released a trailer, and I'm so excited because it kind of goes back to Spider-Man in the sense, obviously Spider-Man is a crossover film, you've got all these stuff coming from the past. What's your number one favourite film for 2022? And mine is Flash with Michael Keaton's Batman.
2022?
Yeah.
I don't really know, maybe, because I don't know what's really coming out.
Okay, well, I was a bit worried you would say that, but like I said, mine is because I watched the DC fandom, obviously because Rock, he released Black Adam, first look of that, which is going to Shazam 2, they released first look of that, which again was really good, but yeah, my favourite, it has to be The Flash, because it's Michael Keaton's Batman. It's going to be so damn good, followed very closely by The Batman with Robert Pattinson.
I think Doctor Strange.
I
hate to be a Marvel, like, oh, I love Marvel, like that. Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I just think. Did you watch? You just love Marvel. What did you think to the trailer of Batman?
I watched it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I watched it.
I was watching.
I don't know, mate. I'm still not bothered by it. I'm not bothered by anything DC. I'll still go and watch it, but I'm never getting hyped ever again. I've been hurt too many times, Tyler. That is actually facts. I would never ever hype myself up ever again for a DC film because of Justice League and Batman vs Superman. Simple as that.
I enjoyed Justice League, the longer one, obviously. The Snyder Cut.
But I'm talking about when I was burnt, Tyler. When I was burnt.
You know what? I'll make a deal with you, right? If the Flash film and the Batman film are massive disappointments, then I'll probably fall into the same category as you, because I just can't trust it. I won't get home. But I kind of said, I just don't know. It's just. I just don't know. There's a lot of things. I'm a sucker for DC. I mean, I really do like Batman and Superman. So, but yeah, we'll see in 2022. You know, hopefully, you know, like I said, we'll definitely be keeping up the content. It'll be interesting to see if we can do a full year without stopping.
I think the next chat on that as well, I think it's going to be a little bit of like a year roundup. I know we've somewhat done it in this video, but we'll do like a chat on that where it's like chat on that of the year, and we're just like wrapping up like our highlights of the year for films and all that sort of stuff. Because by that time, because it'll be like the end of December. So by that time, we would have seen Spider-Man. We would have done all this. We'd have seen all the films for the year. So be able to give like a proper, like, you know, detailed, rather than go in with anticipating films, because we're still anticipating Spider-Man. Still anticipating maybe Matrix, possibly.
Do you know what will be interesting? And I think this would be a fourth year if we can actually manage to do it. Oscars in February.
I'll do the Oscars though.
Yeah. Obviously, this year was a bit different. Guys, like I said, we are coming to the end of 2021. It's been a mixture of a year. Like I said, we'll do it end of year. We'll definitely do end of year chat on that, and we'll focus a bit more kind of what we've done and what's coming next. yeah, so I'm going to kind of wrap this up as I started it. Again, guys, thank you so much for joining.
I started, so I shall finish.
Yeah, I shall finish it.
Sorry, Master.
Oh, bloody hell. Anyway, guys, thanks for...
Look at this.
Yeah.
He's a mess.
Thanks for watching, chatting that, hit the like button, most of all, subscribe and share with your friends. And